Good afternoon. My name is Bethany Good. My mentor is Dr. Michelle Guanell, and my research presentation is about preparing students and communities for natural hazards in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So Science 100 is offered as a general education course for freshman students and as a graduation requirement for major and non-majors. The theme of hurricanes, volcanoes, earthquakes, and tsunamis was developed after Hurricane Marilyn in the 90s to improve disaster preparedness in the Virgin Islands. However, most recently, since Hurricanes Irma and Maria hit in 2017, the Science 100 class curriculum has shifted to incorporate learning about disaster recovery in the community and ways to be better prepared for these major hazards that often affect the Caribbean. So my research is focused on the question based on the sources students use to learn about natural hazards that may impact the USVI and students' hurricane experiences. How well are they prepared for a hazard to occur? The data I'll be talking about in the next couple of slides is only taken from the Science 100 course on St. Thomas, and the project is approved by the Institutional Review Board. The data is also only from the fall 2019 semester, and Dr. Guanell de-identified the data before I looked at it. A disaster preparedness and safety survey was given to students at the beginning and at the end of the semester. 83 students completed the pre-survey, 60 students completed the post, and 53 students completed both the pre and the post. At the end of the semester, students were asked to write a hurricane essay. 26 of these students consented their essays to be used for research purposes. In the survey, there was 9 true and false questions about disaster preparedness and safety. This on the bottom is one of the questions that was on the survey. I paired each student with their pre and post survey scores and performed a paired value t-test to compare the score correct from the 53 students who completed both of the surveys. When I did this, I found that the p-value was very small, meaning that the likelihood of the increase in the amount correct was by chance is very slim. On the left here is the pie chart with the 7 categories that sort the students' responses to the question below that asks, what are the 3 sources of information that you use to learn about possible natural hazards that may impact the VI? Here on the right is the top 3 categories that the students' answers fell into. The main response in the TV, radio, and text programs was the news, where 16 people responded and 13 students responded with radio. The second category was websites, where 11 people just said the general answer of internet without specifying what sources on the internet they used. Lastly, the third category was paper sources, where 9 people said the general answer of newspaper. The post survey was similar, but the top 2 categories remained the same, but the third category changed from paper sources to disaster response and recovery organizations. The TV, radio, and text programs responses of news and radio slightly changed because there was a 7% increase in the amount of people who said radio. The website category responses went from the general answer of just internet, which only 2 people put this time, and instead they used a more reliable source, with NOAA and National Hurricane Center being the most popular. The major difference between the 2 surveys was the disaster response and recovery organizations, where 4 people included VITEMA in their response in the pre-survey, but this time in the post-survey that amount jumped to 21 students. So when you compare the 2 pie graphs side by side, it's easier to see the difference between each of the categories. The main one being the disaster response and recovery organizations, which went from 5% to 25%. I used the McNemer's chi-square test to analyze the data. The test is used to analyze treatments before and after in a population, where the treatment is the Science 100 class and the population is the 53 students in the class that completed both the pre and the post surveys. When I ran each test, I found that the 2 categories, disaster response and recovery organizations and paper sources, tested significant at very low p-values. that were less than 5%. So I can conclude that after students completed the Science 100 class, they are more likely to be better prepared for a natural hazard to occur based on the sources that they use. The other 5 didn't test for significance, which is fine because within those categories, students included more specific and reliable sources. For the hurricane essay analysis, 26 students consented their essays to be used. The essays were coded using qualitative data analysis to distinguish common themes among them. I found this article that talked about hurricane preparedness among older adults in Florida. This helped me define preparedness while I was coding the essays. One of the main themes that I noticed is where students talk about how they and the rest of the island underestimated the storm before it occurred. I have noticed quotes like this one in the ending paragraph or sentence where many students included a statement about how next time they will be better prepared for a disaster to occur and they will take it more seriously. Moving forward, this semester I'm still continuing my research from the summer, and right now I'm working on coding the hurricane essays again, but this time using Angelisa's challenging experiences coding table, and she is using my preparedness table, and from there we will compare and analyze the results. I'm also working on developing a condensed document based off of UVI's very long hurricane preparedness plan, and I want it to be focused on students who are living on campus to help them be better prepared for a hurricane. I wanted to thank Dr. Guanell for being such a great mentor and Dr. Piley for helping me with the quantitative data analysis, and also the ECS program for allowing me to do research along with providing funding. And I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and thank you.